Hi y'all, this is Jen and John, and we are coming to you from the Kappa Delta House over at UCF, and John's going to be doing a performance later, and we're raising money for the Children's Home Society of Florida. So we just want to talk to you a little bit about your career.
Well, it's been a fun one so far. I grew up in Georgia. I'm from a tiny little town in northeast Georgia, Habersham County. I'm sure you know where that's at, right?
Of course.
So it's
go there every weekend.
Like 100 miles north of Atlanta, so northeast corner of Georgia, where there was nothing to do but sing. So I grew up singing in church, grew up playing in bands, you know, in middle school and high school, and just in my garage. And when I got to high school, I was like, this is what I want to do. I feel like this is where I need to be. And so I quit. I was playing baseball and football and everything else. I was like, I'm just going to go full on music. So I went to Georgia and went to University of Georgia, go Dogs. And when I moved there, that was when we really, as a band, started getting out and touring a lot and kind of getting serious. Not only just, you know, from playing and performance-wise, but like from a business mindset. And I was a music business major at Georgia. So that really helped me kind of get my grasp on how all the different angles of the business work. And just started doing it on my own. You know, we were booking almost 200 dates a year before we ever had a record deal. And just knocking down doors, calling people like, you know, 1,000 times, so they finally would just give us a gig and give us a shot. And we luckily started getting some, you know, really good fan base built in the Southeast especially. And when I moved up to Nashville, when I graduated Georgia, I kind of had a little storyboard. And it was like, okay, I'm here in town. I was playing all the bars and the honky tonks. And I got really lucky and got hooked up with the right people in town just through networking. And ended up getting hooked up with a publisher named Lisa Johnson, who has her own publishing company, and she loved the music. So she was like, I'm going to sign you to publishing deal. First I went to write with my husband. His name's Doug Johnson. He's, he's like 3-time Song of the Year winner. He wrote Love Like Crazy for Lee Brice. He wrote Forever and Ever Amen for Randy Travis. So huge hit songwriter. So I was like so nervous because meeting like a real like Nashville songwriter, you know, a hit songwriter. So I walk in and I meet Doug. I'm like just immediately just in love. This guy's just such a cool guy. He loves music, amazing producer. So Doug's like, I want to come see your band. So he did, and like the next week he was like, I want to sign you guys. So signed us to their record label, Black River, and here we are out on the road. Got a radio, single on radio right now. So it's been a change. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you're on a university campus.
Yeah.
Obviously, our club is focused around students who are wanting to get into the music industry. How do you think that you going to school has given you an edge in the industry?
Oh man, it's like I always tell people about my college education. I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at right now, just because now the industry's so different. You're expected to kind of come as a total package. Whereas before, a record label would take somebody and mold them and help them. Now it's like they want the finished product. So the more tools you can latch onto and the more things that you can develop early on, the better your chances of sticking out in the pack. So for me, the education helped me to do a lot of things that I think a lot of people probably didn't know and know how to do. So it's just it was a really great opportunity to be involved with music business early on.
That's awesome. I noticed personally that you are very active on social media.
Yes, yeah.
You find that to be a really important tool to connect with your fans?
You got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it these days. I do it all on my own too, which is nice. Guys, quit opening those chip bags. No, I'm kidding. We're doing a really important interview. That's my band eating chips over there. So, yeah, I knew that like I wanted to connect with my fans any way I can one-on-one. And obviously at shows like this, I love sitting down, talking with everybody, shaking hands. The modern day of one-on-one interaction is social media. Right. So I think it's a great tool for the artist as well as the fan, because it allows you, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you couldn't do that. You couldn't just directly reach out to, whoever. I mean, you can Garth Brooks or Luke Bryan or whoever, any of these guys who, I doubt they check their own social media, but, a lot of people do. So for me, I want to keep building as long as I can and interacting one-on-one, because the whole part of building your brand is letting the audience know who you are as a person. And what better way through, those social media outlets.
How would you define your brand?
Well, for me, I mean, we have a really high energy show. So I'm high energy. I'm, I like to think that, we put on a good show and really focus on giving that live, fun, it's fun, it's energetic, it's loud, and that's kind of what I am too. So it's I just give it everything I got when I'm out there. I grew up with guys, loving guys like Garth Brooks, who you see him put on a show and it's like just a whole other level. You know, he gives it, just pours everything he has into it. So I want to have that same mentality for the show. Not only that, but my fans. Like, I want my fans to feel like they're part of something bigger. And that's why that's why Taylor Swift is so amazing. Her fans love her, and she's willing to take the time to interact and has built that fan base, that following that feels like they're a part of something. So that's my brand. That's what I want to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to students our age that are just getting ready to come out of school and maybe wanting to move into the music industry, not necessarily as an artist, but anywhere within the industry, what would you tell them to watch out for, or what would you tell them to be prepared for?
I would just say be ready to do anything and everything, because the one thing about the music industry, it's changing. There's no like set path of doing things. So for us, I mean, we're out there setting up sound, last minute, and we've done that for years and years. So it's like, as an artist, if you're wanting to get in the business part of it, be ready to take on many hats, because it's a very different, diverse industry, and that's one of the things that keeps it exciting. It's like, you never know what you're going to be doing the next day. I mean, it can be completely different. So just, I would say, roll with it. Be willing to just be open-minded and just go where it takes you.
Awesome. Other thing, I just want to talk about your EP that just came out.
Yeah.
It was awesome, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I
Thank
was
you.
jamming to it this morning while I was getting ready.
Yes.
You played in my bathroom.
I love it.
What's your favorite song on there?
Man, it's tough. Every song is so different. Like, On Your Lips is our current single, and it's like the rocker. It's really,
I loved it for that.
Yeah, and it's got like this cute hook. Like, if I could be anything, I want to be the next thing on your lips. It's like, it's cute. It's funny. So I love that one. I love Baseball Cap. It's like it's kind of a different side of me. It's like this, for lack of a better word, like it's like really sexy. The lyrics, the way it is. And I'm not now. I've got all my sweaty clothes. You can't. But no, it's just this different. It's a really intimate song, and it's like it's almost like a little bit, when I wrote that song, it was almost like a little bit like, wow, can I like say some of this stuff on country radio? It's like so like hot, But I love it because it kind of pushes the boundary. And then there's Let Your Hair Down, which is just a fun, just southern rock, like Allman Brothers, Skinner, some of my favorite bands I grew up with. It's got that same kind of feel. And then you got, I'm blanking. What else is on my EP? I'm trying to think.
Only the one song that plays on the radio all the time. You got Tonight Tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Tonight Tonight, my first single, always will be close to my heart, And went top 40 for us. The NFL picked it up and used it all last season, which was crazy. So that's just one of those songs. Like, I didn't write that song. It was one of the only songs I didn't write on the record, and it was the only song. And the reason I wanted it is because I saw myself singing that every night in front of a live audience. It's the perfect live song, perfect for a crowd of people, and it can be used in weddings or graduations or whatever, any occasion that song fits. So that's what I love about it. It's just it's like an anthem. So every song's different. They're all my babies, so I love them equally.
It turned out really, really well.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoy it.
Thank you.
And so y'all know you can get John's EP on Amazon. You can also find it on iTunes, or you can get your own autographed copy on his website, johnkingcountry.com.
Wow, yes.
I am a pro.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome. That was a really good interview.
Really? I kind of winged it. I don't think I went off this at all. I went off you.
You know how I know it was a good interview? Because I didn't feel like I was getting interviewed.
Yay, we were just chatting.
You were just chatting. Yeah.
Watching you in the mirror, watching you take your time, watching you going crazy, watching you lose your mind, watching you getting ready, watching you change your clothes, asking me what I think. Baby, we both know, take you in a baseball cap just like that.